How does it feel to get back out here, and how do you feel like they absorbed the first day?
It's great to be back out here for sure. A lot of enthusiasm, but very much a first day. Some good things, and like I say, I mean, people played hard. There's some sloppiness, some rustiness, but it's a good start, and it's good to get the first one in.
Any players stand out to you today or the past couple weeks coming into this?
Well, I guess there were a number of them, so I think that was pretty good news. There was a number of them, and several guys, did some impressive things, and they kind of take turns on it, and that's kind of what you want to see happen. I'd say Jordan Davis had a real good day. I thought the two safeties, Duncan and Peters, did.
Yeah, obviously a spring was big, but how beneficial did you think that the summer was, the weight program and all that, for these guys from what you could see today?
Well, I thought it was huge. And I thought they had a good kind of together work ethic. And then, and you can tell that a number of them got plenty of work done on their own. So I think that part's, it's kind of the nucleus of the whole thing, is if people are highly motivated and enjoy being around each other. So I thought that part was really good.
You got a good look at Chance Levertich today. What did you think of him?
I thought he did a lot of good things. I thought, let's see, what did I think? One-on-one he struggled a little bit. Skell, I thought he started to take a step, and then he's got to take care of the ball. Then team, I thought he did some good things, and team was kind of streaky.
Jaden Wiley seemed to be full go today. Kind of where do you feel like that he is, and do you feel like he's going to be full go for the season?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty well summed it up. I can't add much to it. I thought he looked really good.
What kind of leap are you expecting him to make this year?
Wally?
Yes.
Consistency. He's always been explosive. He's always been motivated. He always plays hard. Just precision, what he does.
Is there anybody that's limited in fall camp? Is there anybody that's not full participant right now?
Not that I can think of. I don't know. I mean, I don't talk about injuries anyways, but I can't think of anybody that's not here. I mean, if you can think of somebody, maybe I can help you, but there's 120 of them,
Is Jack Abraham available? It didn't look like he was out there today.
Jack was out there. Jack did some good things. Jack didn't play in the drills, though, so.
When do you want to start kind of dwindling those reps and getting them down to just a couple of guys? Like, what's that process like?
Sure, I'd like to do that a year ago, but the thing is these guys change. They don't always stay the same. The good news is they usually improve, and so you got to keep peeking in on them and seeing what they're doing, and then try to distribute the reps. So the good news is usually it's a result of improvement. The bad news is you're constantly trying to evaluate and make the best decision you can. So,
in that sense, how far has Will Rogers come in your mind from last fall practice to this point?
I think leadership, he's come a long, long ways, as far as elevating the play of others. And then, I think, he's more consistent than he obviously was starting as a true freshman without a spring. But there's plenty of progress to make. Some of it's getting tuned in with your receivers, too.
What did you think of Mekhi Holt today? It looked like he played pretty well, and how big of an addition can he be for you guys?
He did some good things. I think real acrobatic. We underthrew him a couple times, which was disappointing. But he's a guy that can play the ball in the air really well.
Seems like you got a few more weapons at wide receiver added to that group, whether it was transfers or freshmen. Just your overall thoughts on having more depth at receiver this year?
Well, it helps. It pushes guys, and then it also gives us more resources, so we don't get too thin. And you always battle that. But I think it's an improved group. We got a long ways to go, though.
You talk about that competition amongst receivers. I know you're big on competition everywhere and guys competing with each other. Did you get early glimpses of that today, guys showing that fire and the competitiveness that you like
I thought
to see?
we competed well. I thought we competed. I thought, we competed. Nobody just ran away with anything. We were a little streaky, one side might get 4 or 5 plays in a row or something. In team, I guess the most notable guy that went on a run was Jordan Davis.
Obviously, with Will, we can see what he does here, on the field. But in conversations with him and some meetings you guys have, I mean, do you kind of just see from talking to him that he's gained a little more knowledge of the offense from having that experience?
Yeah, he's constantly watching film, constantly texting with questions and observations. He works off the field probably more than anybody on the team. And coaches' kids are like that too, though. They're used to being around film and evaluating and things like that. And there's a point where I imagine they sit down to dinner in the Rogers household, and besides pass the potatoes, they talk about football and things like that, which I think is probably beneficial.
Jack, you mentioned him not participating in some drills. Is that just him learning the offense more, or is there a reason that he wasn't in some of those?
Well, we'll find out. I mean, we'll see, because we got a number of quarterbacks, and so we got to work through all of them.
What were your thoughts on Ty Cooper today?
I thought he was pretty good. I thought he did some good things. I thought that, I thought it was the first day, but I was encouraged.
Collectively with the quarterbacks over these first few weeks, what would you kind of deem a success when you look back, over the first 3 weeks or so?
What's that again?
Like with the quarterbacks collectively, what are you hoping to accomplish with that group over the first few weeks of practice?
I hope they steadily improve. I hope that they react quicker. I hope that they it's very competitive, and then also, we're going to give them the reps to try to evaluate and see when they separate themselves.
Who are some of the guys you thought improved the most over the summer in the weight room and everything?
Boy, there were a lot of them. I'd say overall the offensive line's shaped different than they were. I'm sure the weight room had a role in it, but if you got a bunch of freshmen running around and you want them to look bigger and stronger, the weight room's important, but so's getting older, and so they got a year older.
With the offensive line, I mean, how much do you think it'll benefit them to have a normal offseason now in the back pocket?
I think that's very important. It's critical in that position, maybe more than any other one.
Year two in your offense, when you think back to where you were a year ago, just how much have the guys retained and been able to kind of benefit the guys that were here a year ago?
A lot. They retained a lot. You had, we're getting to where the more experienced guys are coaching up the younger guys, and so then, that really helps you duplicate your efforts. Then it's not just coming from the coach. It's all reinforced, and you can just cover a lot more ground with their help.
What's the? Go ahead.
Do you see a bit more confidence with some of those guys that return now with their understanding of the offense?
I think so. Yeah, for sure.
First day of camp every year, what's the thing you most look forward to when you have this kind of day and these players coming out for the first time?
Play hard. Don't hesitate. Guys don't usually hesitate because they loaf. They hesitate a lot of times because they're, trying to be perfect, or they're too conscious of, being precise with everything. And so, I think that we didn't have a lot of hesitation, so that was good to see.